What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 128, and today we have the Champions League final with West Bromwich Albion here against Real Madrid. So, taking on Real Madrid in the Champions League final, we got to the final by beating Bayern Munich by 2-0 in our semi-final tie. Real Madrid beat Chelsea from the Premier League by 3-1 to set up this tie, and to be honest, it's good to know we're facing one of the best sides in the world and everything to make this final really exciting. But Real Madrid always get to the Champions League final, so I was secretly kind of hoping it might actually be Chelsea for an all-English affair. But I guess as we haven't faced Real Madrid before, it'll be kind of nice to see how we do against them, as they always are so strong in career mode, as you'd expect, as they're so good in real life too. But anyway, the side is fully fixed. Of course, we did rest them for the game against Hull City in the last one, so we're going to run with this team. There's no need to make any changes for it. But we're playing. Where are we playing today? Oh, San Siro. Cool. We're playing the San Siro. What ball have I been using for this competition? I've been using a specific one, haven't I? I think it's that one, isn't it? It doesn't really matter, but I like to be consistent with the ball I use in a competition. I've been using that's the one there, that one there. So yeah, as we do take on Real Madrid, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also really nervous, to be fair, because this being our first Champions League final in this, what is our first Champions League season. I think we probably would be considered the underdogs, but despite our Premier League season, we'd be doing so well, so there's no reason why we couldn't win this game. But after the final against Manchester City, where we conceded 4 goals against a team that had 10 men for the majority of the game, of course we won it in the last minute of extra time by 5-4 in, what is surely my greatest ever final on career mode. I don't really know how to feel about this, I don't really have much optimism, but I also don't really feel like we're going to get battered. It's a weird one for me. I don't really know how I'm going to play this game, but how I'm going to approach it either. But still, here's hoping we can win it. I'd love to make sure we do win the Champions League in our first season. That would be a crazy good achievement. Never done that before, and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, to address some stuff I've been reading over the past season, for example. Whoa, I've got to turn the TV down. Sorry about that. For the past season on YouTube in this career mode series, I've been reading so many comments, and I know I mention it every 5 episodes, and you must get sick of me saying it, but I'm just trying to make sure you guys know I am reading your comments. I've read so many from people saying please leave, and then some people saying please don't leave, and it seems really difficult for me to know what the majority of you want in terms of whether we're going to leave the club at the end of this season, because there are quite a few that do want us to. And I have been looking through the browse job section. I did want to mention that, but there haven't really been too many jobs that have interested me. Most of the clubs are English, and I don't really see the point in leaving to another English club, to be honest. It still could be fine, but I'd rather go abroad. But the foreign clubs don't really interest me much either, so wow, Real Madrid's team is unbelievable. Why do I expect it to be anything different? What an incredible team that is. Yeah, so the jobs haven't been that interesting, so I will look at the browse job section live in this video after the game, but I'm not too sure whether we will be leaving. I guess we'll have to wait and see how we feel. But regardless, we've got the World Cup to come in the summer as well, so I guess we can think about that whilst we're on England duty. But anyway, Champions League final against Real Madrid. Now it's out of the way. Let's get to the game. Champions League final against Real Madrid. Here's hoping we can win the trophy. As per usual, as it is a live game and a final, we will be doing a live Q&A. I know I did live highlights of the game against City, but this will be a live Q&A. I want to say thank you to everyone that's been asking me questions. You can ask me questions on Twitter. You can follow me by clicking the link in the description or just typing in @DocLanders. Highly recommend you follow me on Twitter regardless. You'll never miss a video if you follow me there. A link always gets posted as soon as the video goes up. And of course, you can get involved in the series, make some signings via straw polls, ask some questions, get interactive with me. It's all good. So there you go. And yeah, I'll get to the questions in just a moment. And as per usual, if I don't answer your question, please don't take it to heart. It's just because I get absolutely loads, and there's no way I could even get round to a 10th of them, let alone every single one. But yeah, there you go. So where should we go? Our first proper attack. Let's try and go through the middle here. And Lacazette with a fake shot. Oh, Lacazette! Oh, save I can see us. There was a nice little build up there. And a good save. So let's get to the questions, and as soon as this ball gets on the ground, I will anyway. And the first question is going to come from Luke, and Luke says, "Do you feel any better now?" No, not really. I'm getting a little. Oh, it's a penalty. Penalty, yes, get in. I'm going to be much better if I score this penalty. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a little bit better, but nothing too significant. Obviously, I've been feeling really, really sick over the past, well, over the past week and a half now, almost 2 weeks really. I've been feeling really, really sick, but no, I'm getting a little bit better now, which is good, or at least I feel like I am. I'm not really sure if it's going to be telling in my voice. Hopefully, it is, so it's not as bad for you guys to listen to as the past few episodes have been, because my voice has sounded terrible. But yeah, I feel as though I'm getting a little bit better personally. Come on, Niang. Oh my goodness, it's gone in. No, yes, now it has. Oh my goodness, that's the first penalty I've missed from smashing it in the whole of this game. That's crazy. I've never actually missed a penalty from smashing it to the top corner. I think Casillas saved that. That was crazy. Anyway, the rebound's put in. That's the most important thing. That's bizarre. That's absolutely bizarre. Maybe they couldn't have patched anything. Not a patch has been released, but what a save that was. Poor old Casillas, that was an extraordinary stop. Anyway, we're 1-0 up, but yeah, I'm feeling, I feel like I'm feeling better, but I'm not sure what it's going to be telling. I guess that's the way I wanted to say that. I feel as though I am personally, but maybe I'm not. But yeah, I'm sure within the next couple of days anyway, I know I've been saying this over the past week, but I'm sure within the next couple of days, or 3 or 4 days, I should be back to normal, and that would be great. Anyway, next question comes from Jacob Canatea, and he says, did you make any New Year's resolutions? Kind of. I don't really focus on New Year's resolutions as a time to make them, because I usually operate in the sense that if I'm going to do something, I'll do it and I won't wait for it. I'll just go ahead and do it. So I never really bothered with New Year's resolutions, to be honest. But for this year, I did sort of think about one, which I think is going to be important for me, and that's that I really want to move out this year. I turned 22 in November. And although 22 is still a pretty young age, I still do want to move out ASAP and get myself not a place of my own. It doesn't have to be a place of my own. I don't mind flat or house sharing, but I do want to move out here. So I'm living with my dad right now, and I want to. I really do want to make. Oh, what a fantastic ball, and what a header by Bale. 1-1. What a start to this game. It's gonna be like the Manchester City game. I do want to at least try and make YouTube something which is my full-time job. I haven't been able to do that yet. So I want to try it this year. It's going to be really difficult, as it doesn't really wield me as much as I need to live on. But I definitely do want to try. So I guess that's my only sort of main New Year's resolution. No, it's not really, it's not the typical New Year's resolution of getting fit or anything like that, which most people have. But it's my one regardless, and we'll see if we'll be able to do it. Anyway, what a fantastic start to this game. 2 goals, 12 minutes in. What a brilliant ball by Ronaldo to Bale. That was incredible. And Gareth Bale scoring a header in the Champions League final. We've seen that recently, haven't we? And it's 1-1. What a fantastic start to this game. Anyway, next question comes from Dan Walker, or Psycho, and he says, if you were to restart YouTube completely but not be able to do FIFA, what would you do? I read this question. I thought it was quite interesting, because there has been as I said, over the past year on YouTube, loads of comments for a lot of FIFA YouTubers from people saying things like, particularly on the Penfez's videos, which I find really weird, that it's focusing on him a lot. What will you do when YouTube dies, or what will you do when FIFA isn't enough on YouTube anymore? And I still don't understand why that is, but this is a hypothetical question. I would probably go ahead and do 2K videos on YouTube, maybe some Call of Duty, because I don't feel as though I'm good enough to do any other type of videos that aren't gaming. The reason being is because my personality isn't really interesting at all, and I'm not good looking enough to do vlogs, and I think that gaming is probably the only real sort of thing which I do which is probably marketable. So I think gaming on YouTube is what I would do, and I probably would do some 2K videos, maybe some Call of Duty videos, maybe some GTA videos. Even though I don't even play GTA, I'd probably get the game just for it, see how I do. Maybe some like playthroughs. I've always felt like that's probably my best strength on YouTube, that people enjoy long series that I do. So maybe some playthroughs of things like, I don't know, well, GTA would be one, wouldn't it? Maybe like a Call of Duty. They do campaigns, don't they? Things like that, or something like that. So yeah, it'll probably be gaming on YouTube, just not FIFA. I don't know how well I'd do, to be honest. I mean, FIFA is something which, it's really the only good video game that I'm good at. What? It's the only game that I'm good at, to be honest. I'm not very good at any other video games. But yeah, I'd probably do something like 2K, Call of Duty, things like that. Oh, just wide. But yeah, we'll be gaming on YouTube, just not FIFA. Next question comes from Gabriel, and he says, how do you feel about having international subs like me? It's always kind of nice, it's always kind of nice when I see that my audience is global, and I don't just have, British subscribers, or even just European subscribers. I know you're Brazilian. It's always nice to know that I have subscribers from, based all over the world, to be global. But one thing which always makes me wonder about this is whether my international subs can understand my accent enough times to really understand what I'm talking about, because my accent isn't very good. It's not your stereotypical British accent, which is posh and upmarket. It's really sort of lower class, and there's a hint of Cockney in there, but not too much. It's very difficult to listen to anyway. I don't think my voice is very good for YouTube, to be honest. But I always wonder whether if I say something with a really, really poor accent, and as you guys know, I'm not very good at pronouncing things, so that's always a hindrance for me. I always wonder whether people understand what I've just said, or whether it's something where, for example, it's almost like if you're watching a TV show and a joke gets told, but you don't fully understand it, yet you laugh anyway. It's almost like, it makes me think of that, like maybe someone's watching this, doesn't really understand what I've just said, but thinks, yeah, I guess that makes sense, But, oh, got a chance. Salvio, oh, it's blocked. That was going to be like the goal against City. But, yeah, it is always nice to have international subs and to always recognise, when I see someone like yourself based in Brazil, or I know someone, well, I think I have like 2 or 3 from Argentina, it's always nice when I see those sort of things. See those sort of locations of those subscribers and think, it's not just the British subscribers I can cater to, it's internationally as well, which is always kind of nice. But anyway, next question comes from Sam, and he says, after today's defeat to Southampton, are Arsenal going to get 4th this year, and is Wenger going to survive the season? I'm not going to answer too many football questions, but I'll answer this one. Today, Arsenal got beat by Southampton away at St Mary's by 2-0, and again, as per usual, there's a lot of discontent between Arsenal fans regarding Arsene Wenger and the team currently performing the way they are. I think that after Spurs' win over Chelsea, they've actually slipped down to 6th now. I might be wrong about that. But the answer to that question, in my opinion, is yes. I think Arsenal will get 4th, and I think Arsene Wenger will still be here coming into next season. I think the top 4 is always going to be enough for the shareholders to keep Arsene Wenger in his job, because it's always enough money for them that gets generated through qualifying for the Champions League, and it's always a sign that they're good enough and they're not making any steps backwards. Of course, adding to that, winning a trophy last year in the FA Cup, and of course winning the Community Shield this year, that's enough for the shareholders, and I don't think Arsene Wenger will be getting sacked unless they fail to get into the top 4, which I think they will do, because I just believe that personally, the teams around the top 4 places, I still feel like Arsenal have enough to get them into the Champions League places. They may not be as strong as they have been in recent years. Everyone's going to admit that, and no one's going to deny it. Hence, the reason why they're in such discontent is because they do, the Arsenal fans I'm referencing here do recognise that the team does appear to be getting a little bit weaker. But it's still enough, in my opinion. It's still enough for them to get into the top 4. I still think they've got enough quality behind the teams around them and below them, and I think they'll be okay. It seems to happen every year, we always seem to have this, Arsenal this year is struggling, they're probably not going to get into the Champions League, and then lo and behold, they have some late season form. What a save Casillas. Lo and behold, they have some brilliant late season form, they win like 14 games on the bounce or something, or stay unbeaten for like 20 games, and then they end up qualifying for the Champions League, finishing in 4th place. Last year it happened, Everton missed out and Arsenal finished 4th, and I think it'll be this year. I think you'll see Southampton and Spurs doing everything they can to stay into the top 4, but Arsenal will be the ones that prevail. So, yeah, to have that very long-winded answer to that question, I think Arsenal are going to be okay. I think they'll finish 4th, and I think Arsene Wenger will stay as well, as that's currently what seems to be enough for the shareholders. Anyway, what a chance here, Lacazette. Come on, cut inside. Lacazette's got to score. Great save, Casillas, another brilliant stop, and it's still 1-1. Casillas a couple of big saves late on in this first half, and he's keeping Real Madrid on level terms. Next question comes from Lewis Bennett, and he says, how do you stay in long career modes? I can never seem to do it. I get this question like all the time in my comment section from people saying, can you recommend me a team? I never seem to get past the first season. I never seem to be able to do as long career modes like you do. And the way I see it is always quite simple. Don't go into career mode and don't try and do something for originality or something which you feel like no one's ever done before, let alone yourself, or don't do a career mode where you specifically want it to be a really big challenge for you, because you'll probably get demoralized and bored of it really easily. Just do something which you think is going to be as fun as it sounds. And I know it sounds really obvious, but excuse me, I know it sounds really obvious, but I know a lot of people, won't choose their favourite teams to do on career mode because I think it's just going to be, boring and samey doing the same thing year after year. Well, sometimes that is what's the most fun, Sometimes that is what's the most fun. For me, for example, whenever I do Football Manager, I haven't played FM really in a long time. Is that another penalty? It is! Oh my goodness! I actually didn't think that was a penalty. I tried to roulette there around Varane. I didn't think that was a penalty. Anyway, whenever I used to do Football Manager, I used to, pretty much always manage Millwall, because even though I do it season by season, I don't think that's a penalty personally. I mean, it was through his legs, but even so, I'd always used to, think about choosing Millwall from the beginning, because even though it's my favourite team, and I usually tended to do it, year by year, a few years ago, I still found it really fun because it is my favourite team, and therefore I'm going to enjoy it more because I know everything about the club. Or at that time, I don't get a heart attack there. I know enough about the club. Obviously, it's my favourite club to make it enjoyable, and it's going to feel more personal to me. So just do what you think is going to be the funnest for you, and if that is managing your favourite club, then do it. And I don't know, like it's hard to basically explain how having a long career mode can be enjoyable, and it doesn't have to be unique, because everyone seems to associate sort of long term career modes with unique content. But it doesn't have to be that way, To enjoy career mode, it can just be, you got to make it specific to you. And if that means managing your favourite team, if that means doing something which everyone's done year after year after year, so what, Seriously, just have fun with it. And it's like, a lot of people criticise career mode YouTubers nowadays. They never used to, but myself included. I've seen it on El Dinero's career modes, I've seen it on MGH's career modes. A lot of people criticise career modes when they're not original, and, they're not realistic. And I always think, why does that matter? Do you know what I mean? As long as you're having fun doing what you're doing, it doesn't matter when anyone else thinks. Just enjoy the game, And there you go. Still 2-1 up in the Champions League final. Look at those stats, man. Seriously. 11 shots, 9 on target, only 2 goals. What a game Casillas is having. Real Madrid have had 1 shot and 1 on target and 1 goal. So, yeah, very, very interesting first half, but we are the better side right now. We are in the lead, and I feel as though we should have hit a couple more goals as well, personally. But if we could just keep on going like this, I'm confident we can score 1 or 2 more, because Real Madrid actually haven't done that much. So let's just keep on going the way we are, make no changes, and touch wood, we should be ending the game with the Champions League trophy. Oh, and Yang on the volley, what a chance! Oh, brilliant chance there. Why didn't he strike on his right foot? What a lovely ball that was, but still another opportunity wasted. Anyway, next question comes from Pedro, and he says, do you see your subs as friends? Would you ever share or talk with them? I don't really see subscribers as friends, no, because I think it's very hard to have a personal relationship with people who you only know over the internet. And I don't think that means that you can't have internet friends. I think that's fine. I've got internet friends myself, but I don't think it's very easy to have a relationship, a personal one, and a friendship with people who just watch your videos, for example. I think that's very, very hard, because it's just going to be a one-way street. I'm not going to know much about you guys, but you'll know quite a bit about me. So I don't think it's hard. I don't think it's very easy to be friends with you guys. But I certainly don't see subscribers as just generic fans who I can sort of take or leave them. I appreciate every subscriber that comes in, and I certainly, I don't like using the word fan. I don't really like using that word, because fan sort of means, well, everyone's description of the word fan is different, but for me, whenever someone references someone as a fan, a celebrity, for example, not that I'm a celebrity, but anyone that references one of their followers as a fan, I always think that kind of just means that, they're, not that you take them for granted per se, but they're not going to be at the same level of, would you say interaction? I'm not too sure how to explain this, really. I guess I don't like using the word fan, because I'm always worried that people will see me say that or hear me say that, and they'll just think that I take you for granted. And anyone watching this video, I don't really care, for example, if you were to just stop watching me, because that's the complete opposite. I always appreciate every subscriber I have, and I do everything I can to make sure that everyone enjoys my content and knows that I do fully appreciate their support. I guess this is a really good example, doing this video whilst I'm still feeling really sick, because I want to show you guys I do care enough to keep on uploading, even through a difficult time of not really feeling physically up to it. What a chance for Real Madrid on a counter attack here. Got to play this right here. Bale's cross. Hart, are you coming for that or not? Yes, there we go. So yeah, I guess the answer to the question, haven't really made much sense of it, is that no, I don't see subscribers as friends, but I certainly don't see them as people who I can just take or leave. I value everyone that comes in. I do try and respond to as many tweets I get, all the tweets I get, really. I try and respond to as many as possible, even though it's very, very hard. And yeah, I guess that's just the only way I can really say it. I think it's really, really difficult coming from a YouTuber's perspective, from a subscriber's perspective, to understand a YouTuber when they tell you that it really isn't that easy to basically talk to every. Oh, what a header! What another great save by Casillas. It's really not that easy to talk to every single subscriber that comes in. It's not that easy to remember every long-term sub that you've had since day one. You know, it's very, very difficult to make sure that everyone feels appreciated. But I do try my very best at that, and hopefully that does get understood in the comments. And for all of you guys, really, I'd hate to think you guys don't understand that I really do appreciate everything you've done for me and continue to do just by being a supporter of mine. Anyway, next question comes from Andrea, and he says, do you think racism and homophobia, etc., could ever be kicked out of football or in the near future? I just don't see it personally, because I feel as though it's become the norm, really. I know it sounds very, very sad, and it's a bit of a shame to consider that, but it just seems as though a lot of fans that are abusive at grounds and use those racist terms or homophobic terms, etc., seem to think it's acceptable when, you know, it really isn't. There just seems to be this misconception where it's almost like, you know, using, you know, terrible offensive terms at grounds to describe opposition fans or officials or opposition players is okay, and it's the norm, because there's not enough punishment regarding it. So I don't see racism, homophobia being kicked out. There's a way we can strip it down, you know, and that's by making an example out of those fans. I mean, our club, for example, Millwall, gets enough of them, but we do enough to try and show that this does not represent the club. You know, when a fan uses racist language, homophobic language, that is not what represents the club's ideologies. But there's no real way to just completely kick it out of the game right now, because it is just so mainstream. Like, it's just so... how do I explain this? Oh, what a chance, oh, what a great challenge, Sane. What? Did he not win the ball there? I thought he won the ball. That's the third penalty of the game. Is Sane getting sent off as well? It's just a booking. 3 penalties in this game, Jesus. But yeah, it's just such the norm right now, you know. It's such the norm to go to a game and hear racist language, hear homophobic language. And, oh no, he didn't win the ball at all, did he? That's a good decision by the referee. So, yeah, I don't see it getting kicked out of the game, because it's just too normal. It's too obvious, you know. Like, you expect it, you know. Whenever I go down to the den, I expect to hear those terms. I expect to hear those words, because it's just there, and it's there for a lot of clubs. Oh, he's hit the post! Ronaldo's hit the post! Oh my goodness! I was silent there. I thought it'd be in Joe Hart. I dived the right way, and it's off the post. Oh my goodness, what a game! Absolutely fantastic. And we're on the break, and Real Madrid made the challenge. So, yeah, I don't think I made much sense of that question, did I? But I guess the answer I'm trying to say is that great save, Hart. I guess the answer I'm trying to say is that it's too normal, and it happens too much for it to be kicked out, because clubs just don't have enough power right now. Anyway, I'll get to the next question in just a moment. Wow, man, seriously, that was a definite penalty as well. At first I didn't think it was, but I have no complaints about that one. Ronaldo missing a penalty in a Champions League final. Crazy. Did that against Chelsea in 2008 in the shootout. Memories of that game. Was it 2008 or 2009? 2008, I think. Still, oh, that was absolutely crazy. Was it 2008? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about here. The shootout. Ronaldo getting his penalty saved by Czech. Crazy. Oh, man. Crazy miss by Ronaldo. Anyway, next question comes from Luke Ross. And he says, will we see any Ultimate Team stuff from you soon? P.S. Love your videos and feel better soon. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I don't really have any plans for Ultimate Team just yet. I mentioned this a while ago now, but I thought I'd answer this question anyway, because I know that I get asked it quite a bit. As I have done Ultimate Team every single year since I've been on YouTube. My first videos were on Ultimate Team. So I thought I'd answer this question, because even though I've answered it a couple of times, it is quite important. Right now I have no plans for it. I've made a couple of Ultimate Team videos at the start of FIFA 15, but I just didn't really think they would be good enough to be watched on YouTube. Haven't really had any series ideas for Ultimate Team videos either, so I don't believe in putting out subpar content. So I don't really want to do a series or do any Ultimate Team videos, which I don't believe are very good. So right now I have no plans for it, but I guess the best way of explaining this is I never really say never. Like, I never really say that I'm definitely not going to do this, because there is a chance that I might do some one day. Like, I have thought about doing some Ultimate Team videos in 2015, but I'm just not sure what to make, really, what sort of series I can make with them. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. I might do some in this year. I might do some in a few months' time, or a couple of months' time, or a few weeks' time. You never know, but I have no indefinite plans. So if you're expecting a series next week, for example, I hate to disappoint you, but there won't be one. I'm still thinking about ideas for it. So there you go. Oh man, what a fantastic final, man. Seriously, this has been brilliant. So much action, so many chances. And, oh, what a chance. Niang, oh, is he onside? He is onside. Onside, Niang to finish the game. Oh, it's blocked a bit behind for a corner. Haven't made a sub yet either. Let's bring on some changes. Let's take off Wilshere. Let's bring on Ravel Morrison. And, I think let's take off Salvio for Zaha. We'll put Carrillo on the right hand side, so Zaha can cut him with fresh legs, and we'll leave it there just for the time being. Shall I put Vestergaard up front again? Maybe not just yet. But anyway, next question comes from Lowry, and he says, "Are you religious?" No, I'm not. I used to be sort of semi-religious. I guess you'd call me more spiritual than religious. I had sort of Christian faith. I wouldn't really call myself a Christian, but I sort of had the Christian faith. But you know, I'd pray every day. I'd have a devout belief in God. And I guess I was just religious without the going to church really. But I lost my faith a few years ago, and I haven't been able to recover it yet. So I'm agnostic now. I'm respectful of all faiths and non-faiths, but I don't have one myself anymore. Still, here come Real Madrid. What a fantastic chance to level the game. Cross comes in, deflected, Morrison away. Oh my goodness, that was a shocking pass by Zambrano. Yes, Henderson. God, he is so good. He's just like Fabian Delph, man. Seriously, he's filling the gap that Delph left when he joined West Ham. Still 2-1. Can Real Madrid get themselves an equalising goal late on? Oh, that's a terrible pass. All we got to do now is stay the course. You know, don't give the ball away stupidly, and we'll be okay. So 2-1, and I think the game's going to be ours. Don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, but what a ball by Carrillo. Come on, Niang. Come on, Niang. Are you going to get there? Oh, he is. He's passed his man, and he slipped at the last minute. Would have been his hat-trick in the Champions League final. Still, we're going to take the win surely now. I can't see Real Madrid getting themselves a late equaliser. They haven't done enough, you know. Like, seriously, I thought they put us under a lot more pressure. I mean, I know now I've said that, they're probably going to score, but even so, they haven't really done as much as I would have expected, really. From all their attacking quality and all their talent, I would have thought they would have done a lot more in this game. Yes, Sane away. Are they going to get one more chance? Carvajal with a poor touch, keeps it on, cleared away by Rodriguez. That's got to be the game now. There's no way that Real Madrid are going to get... Oh, my goodness. I've got to stop giving the ball away, man. Seriously. Oh, he's around him. Oh, my goodness. Come on, Rodriguez. Late ball. Hart's gone for it. Punched away. Come on. I'm really tense right now. Carrillo forward. Henderson forward. That's got to be the game. Ref, come on. Come on. That's got to be the 5 minutes of added time. Come on. Seriously. Come on. Morrison's challenge. Rodriguez just hoof it forward. That's got to be the game. Come on, ref. How is this game still going on? That's Hart's ball. That's the game now, surely. Quick throw out to the right-hand side. Carrillo to Niang. There we go. Lacazette even. There we go. Oh, my goodness. That extra time seemed to go on for ages. Injury time, even. We win the game by 2-1. And the Champions League is ours in the first season. What a fantastic achievement. Honestly, man, I'm surprised. I'm actually a little bit disappointed that Real Madrid didn't make me feel a lot more nervous there, because they didn't push us enough, you know. I would expect a lot more. I know Hart had to make a couple of good saves, but other than that, it was relatively routine. Still, the most important thing is we did get the Champions League. We have won it for the first time in the series. Get in. Very pleased about that. Really happy, because I didn't know going into the game. I was feeling really sort of mixed as to whether we'd be able to do it or not, but we have done it. We have won the Champions League, and that now means that we have won every single trophy physically possible from a Premier League side in career mode. We've won the Champions League, the Europa League, the Capital One Cup, the FA Cup, the Community Shield, the Super Cup, and the Premier League as well. So there isn't, unless I missed one, there isn't anything else we can win. It's a real shame that the game doesn't have the Club World Cup, or whatever it's called. The used to be called the Intertoto Cup, I think. I'm thinking about the same competition. I think I am. The Club World Cup, where the Champions League winners and the AFC winners and the African winners and so on and so forth will play each other. Real Madrid, for example, won it this year, so it's a real shame I don't have that, but still, we've won everything physically possible. We have an undefeated season with West Bromwich Albion as well. This has been one of the best ever career mode beginnings I've had, you know, in terms of staying with the first team. So I don't know whether we'll be staying here or not, because there isn't really anything else we can do with West Bromwich Albion. As you can see there, we thoroughly deserved to win that game, man. We were so much better than Real Madrid. So yeah, I don't really know if there's anything we can really do here at West Brom now. I don't really know what other objectives we have. I mean, there isn't really anything that comes to mind. We've done everything we wanted to do here, so I don't know whether we're going to leave the club or not. Basically, I would like you guys to actually, I'll tell you what we do. We're gonna have a look at the browse job section, and we'll see what jobs are available. We've got 11.9 million for that. We've got like 40 million pounds right now here at West Bromwich Albion. I bet next year we'll end up with a budget of like 16 million or something ridiculous. But yeah, what we're gonna do is have a look at the browse job section, and we'll see what jobs are available. Arsenal, talking about Arsenal a minute ago, funny enough. Everton, Manchester United, Spurs, and Napoli. I mean, the thing is, I spoke about wanting to go abroad. We joined Napoli last year, so I don't really want to do that again. I mean, I've always wanted to manage Manchester United in career mode, but I know De Niro's just gone there after leaving Leicester, so I'm not too sure I want to do that. I've managed Spurs a couple of times already. Everton, maybe. Arsenal, maybe. But again, do I want to go to another English team? Is there much point? So yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, I am thoroughly like I totally have no problem with the possibility of leaving to go to another club, but the jobs just they don't really interest me that much. There's only been one I've seen over the past few weeks, past few in-game weeks of looking that's really interested me, and that is Monaco. That's the only club I've looked at and thought, that could be a good one for me. That could be good to go to, but they're not even there anymore. So. I don't really know. Werder Bremen of the Bundesliga, oh, they've been relegated. I think they have actually. So, yeah, I don't really know. It's a real shame, you know. But I always feel like that's an aspect of career mode that EA need to work on. The jobs that are, you know, the job inquiries you get, you barely ever get any inquiries. I haven't been approached by any club to come to us, to go to them at all, since we've been here at West Bromwich Albion. And you know, whenever I've looked at the jobs, I've always thought they're quite underwhelming, you know. So it's really frustrating on that aspect. You know, it never really seems like there's any job offers which are really interesting. But regardless, looking at some of these young players I've been scouting, that Lazari guy looks crazy. Looking at some of these young players I've been scouting with the Global Transfer Network, there seems like there's quite a few decent youngsters here, so I might possibly go for them in the new year. But anyway, to end the episode off, regardless, what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at look at the squad report. We're going to go ahead and look at the squad report, and that's going to end the episode. So we'll see how we have got the players developing right now, and we'll take one more final look at the browse job section. But really, I'm not feeling it right now. I'm not really feeling like there's much here, which is there's not much out there, which is going to make me want to leave. But on the other hand, there isn't really anything here at West Brom we can do. So it's like, you know, what do we do? What can we do? What is there to be done at West Brom which we haven't already done right now? Why didn't I get a youth academy report? Maybe I deleted the email by accident. Still, these are our young players right now, looking pretty decent, aren't they? That Jed Flint guy looks crazy good. He looks pretty decent as well. Yeah, so there isn't really anything. Like I don't know what to do right now. Like I do want to put in a job offer, but none of these clubs are interesting me. You know, like none of these clubs are really giving me any interest at all. And obviously at West Brom as well. Like I don't really want to stay here if there's nothing else to do. So I don't know what to do. I don't feel like there's anything I can do really. Why can't there just be a job that comes up? Why can't Monaco come back up and I'll be like, yeah, I'll inquire about that. Or someone at least, which is like, if we go to Werder Bremen, they'll be in the second Bundesliga next year. That's not worth it. If we go to one of these clubs, it's another English club, and I want to go abroad. You know, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, what was the other thing I needed to do? There's something I'm forgetting, isn't there? Oh yeah, the squad report. I'll show you the squad report regardless, and we can take a look at how the players have finished up this season and the stats as well. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the players. Gotta say, man, seriously, what a squad we built here at West Bromwich Albion. Absolutely crazy. I mean, some of these players, like the development they've been showing, has just been so good. Like Joe Hart's first season here, going up by 4 as a 31-year-old is just insane. We have such an amazing team. I just don't really know where to improve on. I've been reading the comments. A few people said possibly get a new right back, replace Kyle Walker. That is probably the only area which we could improve on, because when you look at this team, it's just so good. Like there's no one here which I'm looking at and thinking, oh man, that's a real weak link in our team. You know, it's just so goddamn good. But we got young, and that's the thing. Like even the squad in depth is really strong. You know, when you have like players like Granit Xhaka, an 80 rated player in the reserves. You know, Mauricio as well, an 81 rated centre back, is our third choice centre back. Vestergaard, fourth choice. Carroll is a third choice striker. Next year will be a fourth choice striker, probably behind Paco Alcacer. It's like the strength in depth is so good, and it's not just that. We've got young players here as well. We've got our young players coming through. We've got so many. You know, Ashley Bentley, Ryan Sarr, Billy Rowell, Leandro Madeira, Jake Powell, Jack North. Like there's like 6-7 youth players here coming through, all of which have, you know, mid-80 potential. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's, what can we do? You know, what can we do here at West Brom? So anyway, I think I'm probably going to end the episode there, because I don't really feel there's anything else I can do here. I did want to show you guys the stats and the attributes of the players to end the episode, but that is pretty much it. So as you're taking a look at the players here, I guess what I really want from you guys is to comment and tell me what I should be looking to do, because, you know, we have the World Cup coming up, so we can think about possibly leaving whilst that's going on. So the next episode will be during the World Cup, but you know, as you guys are looking at the jobs here. To cut a very long story short, guys, basically as I was finishing the episode off, my phone started to ring, which was right in the microphone and didn't sound very good when I was listening to it back. I had to take the call, so I had to basically stop commentating, and I thought afterwards I'd just do a quick post commentary to wrap the episode off and just do a bit more footage for you guys. Basically, I was just showing you these browse job sections and nothing was really happening anyway, so it doesn't matter. I thought what I'd do is basically ask you guys the question, do a quick post commentary after this video, after the final, and ask you guys a question, and that basically is, how important is it that I leave West Bromwich Albion? Because as I mentioned during the video quite a lot, as I showed you some job offers there, which none are obviously interesting for me, I still can't really fully understand whether it's important I do leave the club or not, because it does seem like there's so many of you that still do think I should stay, even though there's nothing we can really do here anymore. We've already done everything there is to do. So just let me know in the comments and tell me how important it is that I do leave, because again, I'm fully happy to stay here, but personally speaking, I do believe that maybe it is probably time to consider leaving now that we have won the Champions League, have had an undefeated season, and won everything there is to win, to be honest. But yeah, let me know in the comments regardless. I do want your feedback, so please let me know. Again, sorry that I had to do a quick post commentary afterwards, but the call was quite important at the time, so I couldn't really decline it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the video regardless, guys. I really do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, because it is much appreciated, and of course it really does help my channel out. And of course, do not forget to let me know in the comments just how important it is to you that I leave West Bromwich Albion. Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to stay? And how important it is to you guys whether we leave or stay in terms of your enjoyment in this series. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon, which will of course be the World Cup, starting with England.